FIFA 21 on the next gen consoles just got released, and you might be wondering what's new in the game that has changed. With the supply of the next gen consoles and people completely struggling to afford them or find them in stores, not many of you are able to experience whatever has changed in the game. The gameplay sticks, but the experience, in my opinion, has completely changed to another level. These are all new things that I can straight away feel when I play the new version of the game. Before we start the video, let me talk about the sponsor of the channel, that is OneFootball. OneFootball is a completely free football app that you can download on your Android or your iOS devices and enjoy all the latest updates on football completely free of cost, and stay updated on all the football news around the world all the time. OneFootball provides you everything regarding football scores and even lets you follow your favorite teams. Download the app from the link in the description below and support my channel in the process. Alright, the first new thing in the next gen I've noticed is how much players actually adjust their bodies and shin pads. When you're playing the game, you can notice the players around adjusting their armbands, cleaning their nose, even spitting after a brutal tackle. It's really good to see that EA is trying to build towards the human aspect of the game more, and at the end of the day, we all know these players' models are not alive, and these little animations can help sell the realism and feel of the sport. Imagine we actually get animations in the future where players actually adjust their hairstyles after getting fouled. This will only add the elements that our football stars care how much about they look like and feel in the game. The next thing I've noticed is the pitch itself. The full pitch of the new Frostbite engine is very different to what we have earlier in the game. The pitch is very greenish and has a lime color to it. What this does it when you play the game for some hours, it doesn't hurt your eyes like FIFA 11 used to, if you guys remember. Since it was so saturated and bright, it used to look very good. FIFA 11 and FIFA 15, both of them, they used to look very good, but I remember how saturated they were, and if you keep playing those games for a couple of hours, they used to hurt in the eyes. FIFA 21 looks very pleasant in the next gen version to the eye when looked from the top telly, and personally, I really like the color and feel of the pitches on the next gen of the game. The next thing I've noticed is the speed with which the game works. It's kind of unbelievable at times. The menus and the new control center make the game fly when it comes to the PS5 menus. The PS5 loads the game and matches like they're not even there. It's astonishing at times to see the PlayStation 5, what the PlayStation 5 can actually do. And FIFA 21 on the other hand embraces it, and the game loads like a mobile game. If you're playing FIFA 7 on a 2020 PC, that's what it feels like. It's a rare feeling, and I would recommend you guys to try it once. The controllers of the next gen is another big upgrade. The controller is another dimension of gaming when it comes to the PlayStation 5 on the next generation consoles, and it feels so good in the hand, and it's so super responsive. And the way the analog stick works, it's so much better than the previous generation of the console. It is amazing to see that the whole adaptive trigger system is a masterpiece on its own, and I can't believe such a thing actually exists for us to enjoy for the rest of the gaming future. The next gen graphics and details is another thing that have changed, and the way the game looks is insane. Since the whole level of detail is so goddamn high when it comes to this, the next generation consoles can handle more detail, and it's evident. What EA has achieved when it comes to the hair engine and how good it looks is astounding to see. Saying that only top players have hairs right now is an understatement, because even players like Marquinhos look like sharp, and they have insane curly hairs when you look at it. Completely changed the game. Credit where it's due, EA has totally killed when it comes to the next gen details and the new aspects of the game when it comes to the graphics. I mean, I'll just let this clip of Messi play for like 10 seconds, and it's so amazing to see, you don't even need to talk over it. The off-ball humanization that EA talked about has been shown all over the game, and I can tell you these small details add all the difference to the game. Look at this clip for example. Jurgen Klopp is rushing to the players to grab and hold them as if he's their dad. This is such a nice cutscene to look at when you're playing career mode. This is what I'm talking about. EA has completely changed the way why and how we look at 3D models when we look at the next gen upgrade of the game. The crowd is another element when you talk about it. The crowd is something that always remained unchanged in FIFA, but this year I can say that the crowd has evolved into another level. All people have unique identities. They even enter the stadium when the match starts. This again is what I was explaining, shows EA is trying to add a layer of humanization to every 3D model in the game. More humanization means more we as a consumer can feel towards the game and be passionate. These things are also important as the gameplay fixes. These things only enhance the enjoyment of the game more. The pre-match cutscenes before the game starts also add another layer of realism when it comes to the build of the new games. If you guys have ever watched the Champions League final, you know what it means like when it starts, right? These build-up cutscenes are everything when it comes to the starting of the match. So if someone is playing career mode, and these cutscenes really help you to build the dimensions of passionate experiences when it comes to the game of FIFA 21. The battery of the PS5 controller is about 1660 mAh, which is about 1.5 times larger than the PS4 controller. And the voltage management of the DualSense is way better of the DualShock controller. In my testing of the FIFA games, a full charge can last up to about 6 to 8 hours of game time, which means you can last about a whole weekend league. The battery notification on the PS5 is also much better, and they alert more and keep you in track on how your PS5 is keeping a graph of the battery drainage of each and every device you connected to your PlayStation 5. The PS button on your controller is so small that it prevents you from pressing it accidentally. Remember the time when you were playing in the weekend league game and you pressed the PS button accidentally? Staying in the idle mode can get you kicked. This is not an issue on the PS5 controller. The PS button is so well placed on the new controller, and the shape of the controller is built in a way that there are no accidents when it comes to pressing the control center button on the PlayStation 5. The new adaptive triggers are the game changers of this console. I don't know if you guys have ever tried them or if you're ever gonna try them, but they feel amazing. It's like a fourth dimension of gaming, as it seems. It feels so weird when you use them, since you have to hold them down so much sometimes depending on what you're doing and what's around you. So for example, if you're dribbling the ball on the wings, you're getting pushed by a defender, your left and right triggers become harder to press. This makes you feel like you're in the game. Similar thing can be said when you're losing stamina and when you're running down the wing. It will be harder to press the buttons to stay on the wings and keep running. It makes you feel like you're actually in the game. Another example is the agile dribbling. When you try to agile dribble inside the box, the triggers start to push out on your fingers and it becomes more tensed. It becomes more harder to do such things when there are defenders around you. So I can say something like you should try this thing wherever you can, maybe at a friend's place if you want to. Just try how the PS5 controller feels. In terms of the adaptive triggers, it is one of the most futuristic things that we have in the gaming technology, and I'm actually very happy to keep it on. You can actually switch it off if you want, but I'm gonna keep it on because I really like these new things that they add in the game. So these were all the new changes that were added in the game of the next gen upgrade. Tell me in the comment section below what you think about the next gen upgrade, and if you're not subscribed, now is a great time to do so because we upload brand new FIFA videos almost every day, and the best way to check them out is a subscription. So go ahead and like, subscribe, and make sure you download OneFootball. Link is in the description. Goodbye, peace.